Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video, and Amazon's Black Friday sales have kicked off, and there's a ton of stuff that is discounted. You know, the pre-built PC gaming market is something that is still a little bit of insanity, just hardware in general. Things are getting more and more expensive. I think that's why, talking about the Steam Machine's price point has been one of the more interesting topics in all of gaming, and I think a lot of people are going to be surprised with what that ends up being priced at, but we're not here to talk about that right now. We're here to talk about the pre-built gaming PC deals that are live on Amazon right now. There is a ton of stuff that is discounted, and on top of the pre-built PCs that I'm going to go over, there are deals on monitors, CPUs, laptops if you want that. Everything is getting discounted. And guess what? We're 8 days removed from Black Friday actually starting, which is like kind of hilarious, given that, all the deals are going live right now. And yeah, let's just get right into it. We're going to start off with the cheapest hardware and the cheapest pre-built PCs, and we'll work our way up. The CyberPowerPC Gamer Xtreme with an i5-13400F and an RTX 5060 is $800. I feel like this is the perfect entry-level PC. Getting a pre-built PC a lot of the times under $800 has become more and more difficult, exceedingly difficult, but this is a pretty good option with the 5060, which is going to do really well. And if you look at the stats in what kind of monitors most people use, it just seems like 1080p is still the most popular resolution. And if you're gaming at 1080p, a 5060 is going to be more than enough. It's going to do really, really well. So highly recommend that in terms of, keep your expectations in line. But if you're trying to play games like Arc Raiders and whatnot at 1080p, yeah, this thing's going to blow through games like that and going to do pretty well. Even like a Battlefield 6, you're gonna do fine on a game like that. But $800 on that. Then we've got the MSI Codex R2 with an i5-14400F, RTX 5060, 16 gigabytes of RAM, 80 plus gold CPU or power supplies noted as well. 1 terabyte NVMe. Now, I know with a lot of the PCs, a lot of people are going to be like, oh my god, only 16 gigs of RAM. Look, if you're going to buy a PC at a budget, you're going to get 16 gigs of RAM most of the times. You're not, usually, if you're under that $900 range, you're not going to get 32 gigs of RAM. But nonetheless, this is a pretty good option as well. A little bit beefier than the other PC, the CyberPowerPC, but still under $900, $860. The RTX 5060 is going to be a quality mid-level GPU for you to do. Can you do 1440p gaming? Yes, but I just think 1080p is where you're going to get the most mileage out of this. But you can definitely, especially with things like DLSS being a factor, a lot of these GPUs these days can push 4K or even 1440p, depending on, what settings you're running the game on and if you're utilizing DLSS, frame gen, all of that good stuff. So $860 on that. We've got the CyberPowerPC Gamer Master AMD Ryzen 7 8700F with an RTX 5060 Ti. Once again, 16 gigs of RAM. This is $930, typically $1,189. So a significant savings on this. Once again, a 5060 Ti this time around. 16 gigs of RAM. A Ryzen 7 here, though, within a Ryzen 7 8700. So that's quite good from a CPU standpoint. But once again, sub $1,000. Good machine here if you want to game at 1080p or 1440p. Honestly, when you're talking about 1080p, that is me being really conservative and you getting a lot of mileage out of the PC. Like, you're talking about games years from now at 1080p are still probably gonna run on this PC, no problem. Then, eventually you do get to the more expensive stuff. And once you get north of $1,000, in my opinion, the north of $1,000, $1,200, $1,300, $1,400, $1,500 range, or even above beyond that, is where you really get a lot of value out of PC gaming. A lot of people like to talk about X factors of PC gaming, and there's a lot of quality stuff, but a lot of that comes into play, and I just feel like you get more bang for your buck at this price range. If you're especially talking about a pre-built PC, I feel like the best range to buy a PC these days is like a little over $1,200, $1,300. If you build a PC, I'm sure you can piecemeal it a little bit cheaper, but I digress. We have the MSI Codex Z2 gaming desktop AMD Ryzen 7 8700F with an RTX 5070, 2TB NVMe, and 32 gigs of RAM. Like, you're getting a lot of bonuses with this PC. You're getting 2TB NVMe. You're getting an RTX 5070. You're getting Ryzen 7, and a 5070 is a great GPU, whether you're gaming at 1440p or 4K. You know, again, it's really hard to put a blanket statement out there like, oh, this PC is gonna run every game at 4K maxed out, just because, dude, nobody can predict a game being an atrocity of a PC port. Like, we just do GG no re as far as bad PC ports go. So it's you could get a 5090 and you can still not put out a blanket statement like, oh, this PC runs every game 4K maxed out. It's just, you can. And also, how do you define 4K maxed out? Is that utilizing DLSS? Is that utilizing frame gen? Is that getting 120 frames per second? Nobody knows. But nonetheless, this is a premium PC in my opinion. Like, if somebody wanted to get into PC gaming and they wanted to have longevity, they wanted to have great performance, this is the kind of PC that I would look at. 2TB as well, which I think gives you a lot of mileage given today's game file sizes, and 32 gigs of RAM as well is fantastic. So $1,440 on that. $1,500 will get you the Alienware Aurora with an Intel Core Ultra 7, 32 gigs of RAM, 1TB SSD, and an RTX 5070. Honestly, I would rather get the MSI Codex, but I'm just mentioning this as it is on sale. The Lenovo Legion Tower, a 5i, Intel Core Ultra 7, RTX 5070 Ti, 32 gigabytes of RAM, and 1TB of storage. You also get 3 months of PC Game Pass with this, for what that's worth. $1,680 on this. I would still say the MSI Codex is like the route I would go. I know this one has a 5070 Ti, but nonetheless, then we do have an Alienware Aurora with a Core Ultra 9 liquid-cooled RTX 5080, 32 gigs of RAM, 1TB SSD, $2,300 on this. You know, I don't think that's that great of a pickup, to be perfectly honest. $2,300 is just kind of pricey. There is the iBUYPOWER Y40 black gaming PC, Ryzen 9 7900X, RTX 5070 Ti, 32 gigs of RAM, 2TB NVMe SSD, $1,819 on that. Really, I think the MSI Codex here, the Z2, is the best option in terms of bang for your buck and not spending, you know, over $2,000, but some decent options here. The PC gaming market is fluctuating all the time, and Black Friday, I wouldn't even, sometimes your best bet in terms of getting a good PC gaming deal, pre-built PC gaming deal, is just sniping a deal that's live for only a couple hours. Like, a lot of the times that's where you get the best deals. But I digress. You know, some decent offers available there. Check out the links in the description box below. If you do buy anything, I get an affiliate kickback, which is much appreciated. That helps support the channel. And if you're looking for some pre-built PCs, Amazon, good spot to go. You know, a lot of people will be like, oh, you should build your own PC. Well, some people just don't want to build their own PC, and Amazon does have some decent options. That'll do it for me. Your thoughts down below. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate it if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.